been a part of it. Yeah, I am good to go whenever you are good, so whenever you want to do your thing, go right ahead.
I am as well, and the stream actually just kicked up, so anybody who's tuning in for the very beginning of this probably heard Falcon Freak.
Hello there, everybody.
I was just about to be like, say hi.
Being shy over here.
So it's Monday, and we had some free time, so we're gonna race the daily seed today, which I am just now throwing in. There we go. I'm good to go whenever you are.
Alright, let's do it.
Let's go ahead and go in 3, 2, 1, go.
Best of luck, my friend.
Oh my god, I'm gonna use the whole moonwalking thing, because I think it's hilarious.
It's so good.
Ooh, just moonwalk out of the room. By the way, I meant to mention it to you, but I ran another with... I ran the seed for exclamation Falkstrat. Also is totally a Falkstrat viable seed.
Great.
It's also a seed that if somebody's really, really good at fighting Sentinel, that could be a sub 15-minute seed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you get Flamethrower as first weapon, so it's like... it was Flamethrower or Fat Beam, one of the two, and it's just like, oh, that's a fantastic start.
Definitely a fan favorite, I'd say.
Yeah, and then everything lined up, and it was just like, oh, this seat's ridiculous. And I really wish I was better at fighting Sentinel with 200 health.
Yeah, that's kind of tough, 200 health with all the randomness of that fight. Interesting.
Ark would be jealous.
Let's see what we can do here. See how bad my gameplay is today.
How's the new controller working out?
Actually, really well.
That's good. What'd you get?
Just a DualShock 4. It's what I've been using forever, so that's what I'm most comfortable with. But like, the controller I had before this was a third-party one, and it just doesn't have the reaction time. Like, everything was delayed. So trying to redcoat dash, you had to actually like tap, let go of the button fully, and then tap it again to get it to do anything. It was horrible.
Personally, I'm really liking the DualShock 5. Or the DualSense controller, I think is what it's actually called.
Yeah, I've actually never even held one yet.
They're a fairly comfortable
it
controller.
Really good, actually, yeah.
Not the way I want to
I
go
like
yet.
what I've seen of it, but I didn't,
It's a little awkward to hold at first, but after a little while, it's very comfortable, and it's a very responsive controller. Like, I could tell a bit of a difference in using it playing Hollow Knight versus using the DS4 controller.
Yeah, I almost thought about buying one, but I was like, you know what? I'm just used to the 4 right now. I don't want to go breaking in a new controller. I'll wait till I actually get a PS5 one day, and then I'll figure it out.
Can't blame you on that one.
You know, this has been my controller since, whenever the 4 came out, 2014 or whatever it was, so it's like...
Something like 7 years ago-ish.
Yeah, it's been forever, it feels like. Either way, I feel really comfortable with this, so it's like, we'll just stick with it for now, see what happens.
Have I ever mentioned how much I hate Nova?
I'm with you on that train. It is not my weapon of choice at all. Like, I'm so glad in NMG we only have to use it. We have to fire a total of 2 shots with it.
Yeah.
Then you have people like B-Fool be like, oh no, it's faster if you can perfectly break open the shots as it's right next to your enemy. Like, yeah, you're 100% right, but that's just beyond my skill level.
I mean, it's good if you got drill and, you know, you're fighting something right up close. Because Drillver is kind of dumb.
I'm so anti-Drillver too. I'm terrible at it.
Yeah, that was the thing I had to learn running any percent major glitches.
Yep.
Because gear tap's a giant pain. And only getting, like, I think it's 3 health nodes in total in that run is not particularly fun.
It's how a lot of people fight Sentinel and Athos as well in the NMG route. I am not one of those people, and everybody in the community just yells at me, they're like, you're just losing time, not doing more damage, and I'm like, hey, it works for me. I don't know. I always get off rhythm so quickly and I try to drill over things.
Okay, so I can only assume you probably can't be too much farther than I am, and we were right at the beginning still. How you feeling about this seed so far?
Meh. I'm just leaving Ereboo now, going into Absu.
I'm just checking Peekaboo Room, so I'm just right behind you.
I think you'll like Peekaboo Room a little bit.
Yeah, it's not bad. Did you skip Zeter?
I did not.
Aw. I am disappointed.
I took care of Zeter.
I considered it. Skipping Zeter, that was.
I mean, I'll tell you right now, it's not worth it. Helpful, but not progression. We'll say that.
I considered doing it for the lulz because it's you.
You know, I honestly only did it because I was really praying there'd be another weapon.
Yeah, that's a large part of why I did it.
Honest to God, that's what I wanted, and it didn't work out.
3 full health nodes on the way out of Ereboo. That is particularly solid. It's not particularly what I want to see on the way out of Ereboo.
No. Again, helpful, but not, like,
Yeah.
amazing. Especially since we already have a coat this early. It's like, okay, no problems. Interesting.
We had Drone in an absolutely terrible place earlier, and then Ark went and got VG Argo mode, and then wasn't even thinking about it and went and found Drone anyways. Wasted like 10 minutes.
Ouch.
Oh. Oh, hello.
I know what you found.
I don't hate this. Well, we
This is bad.
said we wanted a better weapon,
Yeah.
right?
Correct. We don't have said better weapon.
That's interesting. If you fire off Fat Beam, and then immediately drop Drone after while it's firing, it still keeps firing.
It's on there, yep.
There's no graphic for it, but it still does the damage.
I found a truly, like, useful thing for that, but I didn't discover it, but I learned about it probably 2 years ago-ish.
Go on.
I'd love to find a better use for it, but as of right now, just haven't found anywhere that like it's like a cool thing to do, other than it just sounds awesome.
No. I thought you said you found something for it, and I was like...
No, I have not found a practical use for it yet. I'd love to.
I mean, closest thing I could think that would potentially be practical for it would be the plant hallway in Z.
Yeah, see that.
Because just fire that, immediately fire, send drone down. That way you can just go through the whole thing with drone and release back at the end. It's a thing you could do. I don't know necessarily know if it's practical or not. I'm just saying.
It's more practical than anything else I've come up with, so I'll give you credit for it.
Oh my god, there's so much health this run.
Interesting. Yeah, it is a healthy seed. I'd, happily trade a health node for a power one right now.
Oh, I would trade all of mine for power nodes. Like, no contest.
That's totally fair. That's totally fair, I would too.
Like, I'd go fight a Thetos with 10 power and 2 health. Like, any day of the week. Almost thinking I need to start grabbing these fragments.
I was just having that same exact thought, like, it's getting to be that point.
And then the second I get, like, 3, there'll be, like, 2 full health nodes. Or 2 full power nodes.
100%. Always. Every time, without fail.
Yep, see? Right there.
I was waiting for you to say it. That's funny. I knew it was coming.
I jump, and it's beautiful, beautiful spot.
Right when you need it most.
Yeah, it is a spot I am never sad to see that show up at.
It's funny. It seems to me like that spot has so much progression, like so often.
I mean, it's kind of back and forth. Like, usually the thing I really ever see there is high jump. I see something else there, like, occasionally, but I do see a lot of, like, full health nodes and full power nodes there.
I've seen drone teleport there a number of times.
I think I've only seen that one maybe once.
I don't have an exact number, but like somewhere like 4 to 6 times I've seen it in that spot in my games.
That's solid. Yep, I called it. That's why I didn't pick up the fragments.
I don't usually start picking up fragments until if I get to Z and I'm really low. Then I'm like, okay, maybe it's time to start thinking about this. But it was scary for a minute there.
I don't remember who I was talking about it with the other day, but man, does Randomizer just like giving you fat beam.
It really does.
I'd say like 7 out of 10 times you end up with Fat Beam.
Well, it's good because it has, you know, all boxes of weaponry covered, so it can be a nice early weapon all the time. With its range and ability to shoot through walls and everything, it's just such a good coverall.
It's just such a dumb weapon, is what it is.
I'm not a huge fan of it, but like I understand why it works in Randomizer so well for us.
It's not something I was expecting to see. This was another talk we were having. It's like, don't you just love when stuff shows up in weird places?
Oh, yeah.
Given it's Randomizer, so technically everything's a weird place, but when you play so many, you start going, okay, yeah, I see this here, I've seen this here, and I've seen this here, and then suddenly you see something someplace, and it's like, oh, okay.
Some much more random than others, yeah.
Yeah, I'll grab that. Already saving time for that pickup.
Oh no. Taking weird damage for no reason.
Oh, don't do that.
Oh, it's like my specialty.
I know. I ran a race with you in Arc the other day, remember? So I assume for the most part here, we're still pretty much on the same track, and the real question just gets to be, when do we diverge paths?
Yeah, I mean, that's the way I've always felt. Like the first 20 minutes of the randomizer's generally the same for everybody, unless
Unless you're VGR.
Unless like your VGR, like, or like if Red Coach shows up early and you can really just go exploring anywhere at that point in time. So generally, I think the first like big change in people's routing starts if do you go to Aruku or do you go to Kerr first?
For me, it's been a little bit of back and forth as of late. Interesting question, just because I'm curious.
Okay.
When you inevitably get around to checking password tools area,
Yeah.
do you go left first or right first?
I go left.
You go left. Yeah, that's what I started doing, was going left. But I noticed a lot of people go right, because supposedly their right's faster because of the door transition or something.
Yeah, I go left, and I do a buffer jump when I go left. That way, if it's not an item I want, I can immediately get the drone to go. The drone will jump in the air as soon as at the first frame it can, and I can just go right back to the door really quickly. And I go right, and if it's not there, I just X out. Because you can see to the right just as fast as a door transition, because it's that much further away.
Right.
Like if it's an item, obviously it's an item we want this time around, but if it wasn't, you can see it just as fast as a door transition, so I don't think it's any faster or slower anyway.
And see, like, I think it left's faster even with the door transition, because right's a kind of long walk. And then to have to walk there and walk back.
It's a bit of a walk. I will definitely agree with that.
Oh, hello. We're getting places
Hello.
now. I can only assume you found this too, and it puts you a little bit further ahead of me. So the real question is, who's going to make the better routing choices?
Probably not me, if history repeats itself.
You don't know. I've been pretty big on making terrible life choices lately.
I've been making terrible life choices for 37 years.
I think, all things considered, I'm going to do things a little out of order from what I normally would, and see if it pays off. Because why not? We like having fun, right?
I try to do things a different way almost every time I play the game. At least, like, unless the logic just doesn't give you the chance to play around any, but right now there's a little bit of wiggle room, so... I try to take a little bit of a different route every time, just for the sake of breaking it up.
I would be inclined to agree with you, but, you know, GDQ practice, consistency, all that good stuff.
Oh yeah, for you 100%. I can understand that value.
So far, I'm not mad about my decision.
My decision's paid off well enough. I don't feel like I made any bad choices or anything like that, but there's nothing.
I'm really not
Definitely
mad about my
work to be
decision.
done still. Like, I'm not in go mode or anything yet, so there's still some work.
We're not doing VGR Go mode, right?
No.
Okay. You know, as much as I don't like half-assing areas, I think I'm going to. Like, I generally try to go in and just clear out as much as I can all at once, and... Yeah, I'm definitely half-assing this area.
Yeah, I usually try to do that too, with the exception of, like, Kerr, because it's so large.
Right.
Like, if we go item hunting in here and I get, like, some sort of progression, I then try to leave and go somewhere else. But otherwise, yeah, I generally try to do as much of one area on a pass-through as I can.
I still don't know what it is that lets me run on top of a Raka. Like, I have no idea why I can gain movement left or right.
What's your frame rate at?
In here, almost 1,000.
Really?
Yeah.
So with VSync on, you can get great movement because your frame rate's not high enough. But on PC, I've never been able to get that, and we have roughly the same frame rate. It's weird.
I do love a good input break.
Just a nice little time to collect yourself and...
Gives me a minute to grab a drink. Downside of streaming and especially with stuff like this is, like, you have to be very choosy and when you get a second to take a drink. Because
yeah, absolutely.
That half minute you take getting a drink could be the difference between winning and losing. Contemplating your life choices already.
Yeah, it's always tough when you're like one item away. Like, where could it be?
I'm gonna guess you're also searching out teleport.
I am not actually.
Oh.
I'm searching out red code still.
Oh. Well, that makes things really interesting then.
I mean, I would think that would give you the advantage, if anything.
I mean, technically, yes.
You got faster movement.
I got the bit faster movement. But...
That also narrows down the positions I have to check, though.
Kind of narrows down where I have to check too. If I think about it.
Oh. Yeah, you're not wrong.
This, I have to say, is interesting, though, because it's quite often that it comes down to one item to go. It's not often that it's one item to go and two different items.
Yeah, we're going for different items, yeah.
Because that's a nice fun thing of, where did the other person search that I didn't? Ew, shards.
I said the same thing. I'm not nearly as anti-shard as a lot of people are, though.
Not a huge
Certainly not a
fan of
preferred
it.
weapon, but
Like, it's not bad if you get it first. Like, shards isn't a bad weapon, because it's like bigger, bulkier things. Zeter dies to it pretty easily. But once you start getting a little of anywhere, it's not that great.
agreed. I've always called it's a good early weapon, but it's never something that I'm like, oh yeah, let's go, I got shards, I'm all excited about it.
It's not flamethrower.
No, definitely not.
It tries. I will be fair though, when I first played the game, just playing through story, I used shards for a good while. Like when I first got to Ereboo and got that, I was like, this is actually a pretty cool weapon. It takes care of these stupid flying flower things.
Yeah, freaking blade vines, they're the worst.
Do you love dashing up onto a ledge with the intent to go up further and they're just dashing straight off the ledge? It's like just
Been there, done that.
Genius work.
This ended up being a pretty powerful seed, too, by the end of this thing.
No, I think I'm sitting at 4 power right now.
I've got 5 at the moment.
Have you been picking up shards?
I picked up 1 fragment worth of a power node.
Yeah, I picked up 2 because they were both blind spots.
Well, I mean, I picked up 5 total to make 1 full.
Oh yeah.
Sorry. So basically, we're at basically the same amount then.
Yeah, I haven't picked up the fragments, so...
Out of curiosity, have you found grapple by any chance?
I did.
You did, okay. I did not.
Oh, okay.
Not that we're doing VGR mode, but just was curious.
I mean, I'm skipping Sentinel if I can help it. Because I am... dreadful at it.
Me too.
I'm kind of getting the fight with him together a bit better nowadays. I made a real stupid mistake in the run with Arc earlier, and I was like, okay, well, Arc hit Maruru. I guess I just found grapple. I guess I'm going VGR Go mode without drone. And I get all the way up there, and I was talking with both of them, and just brain wasn't thinking, and I killed Sentinel.
Oh, no.
And then I was like, oh, whoops. Guess I'm going back to find drone.
That's terrible. I've done that mistake before. That's the worst feeling in the world. Alright, that's GG.
You found it?
Oh, I'm done with the game.
Oh, really? Jeez.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't touch any of Kerr earlier, and I'm like, that's the only thing I can think of. It's either Kerr or Eden, so I'm like, I'm gonna go to Kerr first, and Extended Launch is right next to it, and then found Red Coat. 37-31.
Yeah, I'm still kind of stuck on the hunt for teleport. Not being kind to me today.
It's
In some place stupid.
it's in a really good spot, actually. I liked where it was, to be honest with you. I'm just pulling up your stream now. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I got AD2 that you didn't get. That's the only, like, big difference in our seed. You got grapple, I got 82.
I got 1. I would have grabbed... I wouldn't even grab 2 if I saw it at this point. Yeah. Like, either or just so I can do the repeat launches with Drome outside of that. Meh.
Yep.
If I didn't have address bombs, then I'd grab it.
Yeah.
Because then, you know, you've got a few other things you could check, namely the hallway I just came from.
That's really weird. When I looked at my end time on the screen, it said 37:31:50. When I go back into randomizer mode, it says my last time was 37:31:48.
We had that actually with the seed the run I submitted for my any percent. There was a like 1 frame discrepancy or something.
I've never noticed that before.
Yeah.
I wonder how often that does that. Weird.
Not very often, because apparently even Beef hadn't seen it.
Huh.
Because
Well, there we go.
Beef was the one who noticed. It's like, why is there a 1 frame discrepancy here? So apparently, at least a partial frame gets played in between the end screen and the recorded time.
Interesting.
You know what? I might know where you went that I didn't.
So where was Grapple, by the way?
The you know the pathway out to Gear Tab.
Ah, okay.
It was the room above that. The one you have to use drone to get to.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Drone or red coat to get in there. That's not where I want to go. Yeah, it's just conveniently sitting there, and that was when I bailed on a Kerr, because I was like, okay, well, let's just go hope it's in Ukina. Or hope teleports in Ukina. Oh, come on, game. Behave. Thank you. And by this point, I figured if you had found it, if you found teleport, you would have found it probably before I had actually gotten to that point. Which is why I just was like, oh, I'm going to go back to start and just start checking stuff there, because that's a you move, to just go back to the start and start checking from the beginning with extra stuff. Given I neglected one that I should have done, but, well.
Oh, and just in case you were wondering, killing Zeta was a full health node, by the way.
Oh, no, yeah, I did.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay. Oh, you did. I didn't even look at your screen.
Yeah.
Ha!
Yeah, I killed Zeta. That's why I said I'd very much considered it, but I also really wanted another weapon, too. Where did you go that I didn't? Only thing I can think of is you might have touched the far right Eden. Oh, that's too far.
Nope. Zip. Zip. Zip.
Yeah, I can only think of a couple places you would have went to find it by this point in the game. Actually, come to think of it, I neglected to go to Uruku. It's at fucking Uruku, isn't it?
I mean, do you want the answer?
No.
Okay, good.
I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, it's a fucking Uruku, because I was like, oh yeah, I'll go check out some stuff in Kerr, and then I found stuff, and I was like, oh, okay, this is what we're doing now. And then I never went back to check Uruku.
I did do all of the checks that you're doing right now. That was part of my routing.
Okay.
Like that hangar there. I went there and did all that stuff.
You would have probably been doing all that while I was in Kerr. Downside of Kerr being so freaking big, while it does have a lot of checks, it also takes a bit of time.
It takes so long, yeah.
I'm gonna be so mad when this is gonna get Uruku. Of course.
You went to the maintenance tunnel. I'm like, oh, he's totally gonna do a Ruku next. He's got this. And then you save quit out. I'm like, oh no.
You know, that one was an accident too. I actually didn't mean to do that, and I was like, whoops. No, I'll still come in with a sub hour.
Yeah, there's nothing else in Ruku's layer of value.
I mean, at this point, 7 health, 4 power, that's already as much as I need to beat the game. Yeah, I probably would have went to do Uruku, but I found Trenchcoat somewhere, and then I found Grapple, and I was like, oh, well, guess I'm just gonna go to Ukanat now.
Yeah, Trenchcoat was underneath the spiderweb on your way to Uruku.
Yeah.
I actually didn't go there first. I took the spiderweb and then did the peekaboo on it, and I said, oh, shit. So I'm like, I don't want to go through that room with only white coat. But then I ended up having to do it. And because I had Trenchcoat, I'm like, you know what? I'm here. Let's go see what Uruku has. And it ended up working out.
Yeah, like I said, I just flat-brained that and just didn't go.
It's just funny because, you know, I said at the beginning, like, that's like the first major decision. Do you go to Uruku or do you go into Kerr first? And, like, each way had something serious.
And see, that's my thing, is, like, usually I will go to Kerr, make the save point there, and then go fight, or go to Uruku. And that way, regardless of whatever's over in Uruku, I can just bail out, go to Kerr. But I was like, I'm gonna play it different today, and I'm gonna go do stuff in Kerr, and then I found stuff in Kerr, and it threw off my routing.
Yeah, I generally, if I have a coat, I'll go to Uruku first. If we don't have a coat, then you gotta go into Kerr and get something.
Yeah.
You know, usually you'll find something of progression, but I was like, you know what, we got white coat, we'll go that way first. And I was gonna do kind of like, almost the opposite of you. I was gonna make the save up at Uruku's area, you know, go into his dungeon, and if I couldn't get an item, then backtrack the long way out into Kerr and then save quit back to Uruku once I had something again, but it ended up working out the way it worked out.
But there's a drone here, isn't there? Heh.
I think so.
Where are you? Okay, I might have got rid of it. Stupid drones. Coming into the next room with me. Sutran key.
I was wondering if you're gonna get it.
To me, that item is the validation chest of Axiom Verge. I know there's one item, well, 2 items technically after it, but
3.
Is there 3?
Yeah, because you go to the left here instead of going up to Disco Hell. There's 2 items down in there.
There's 2. Oh yeah, there's 2 there. Yeah.
But yeah, I get what you're saying though.
Yeah, it's like I know, Disco Tower is the actual Oh come on. Like I know this is the actual validation chest, technically. But nobody picks this item up.
The only time I ever do it is if I'm like 1 fragment short of something. I'm like, all right, let's take a chance just to see. But it's more just for the memes than anything else, really.
The only time I ever tend to pick that one up is if I am desperately low on... Like, if I'm coming through here with, like, 2 health, 2 power, then I'll grab it because, you know, there's a chance that it's a full node.
Right.
Ah, good game. That's what I get for letting all the nice things screw with my routing.
You know, anytime you can sub-hour a run, though, it's still a solid run.
I mean, my GTQ estimate's an hour and a half, so I've been considerably beating my time. Or my estimate, rather. Like, I've had, in the last, I think, 2 weeks or so, I've had maybe 2 runs that were even over an hour.
Yeah, that's really rock solid, then.
You want to go again?
I got time for one more if you want to do one more.
I got time for one more. Perfect. Let's do... It helps if I do the thing right.
Just gonna restart my app real quick to make sure the sound doesn't want to die on us like it did last night.
Good choice. I think I am also going to go ahead and restart my game. Just be on the safe side. Or I can just exit the game again. That's cool. I'm doing a randomizer and double tap down. Let's see. What did it come up for us? Alright, I'm good to go when you are.
Alright, give me like 15 seconds and I'll be ready.
And take your time.
Get my water set up here.
It's a slow day in chat today. Hello, whoever's out there watching.
I am one of them. I'm lurking on you. I'll give you that.
Oh, okay. You would, you cheater.
Oh, I have it minimized, but I'm still lurking on you. Well, I don't have it minimized, but I have the window as small as I can make it. It's behind Discord, so that way it's still there, but I can't see a thing. Alright, I am ready anytime.
Alright, 3, 2, 1, go.
Come on, reverse slicer, first weapon, let's go.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Please no. We're moonwalking.
I screwed at the moonwalk. Also, I gotta refresh the trackers on my stream, apparently.
Ooh, interesting.
So you get a slight head start on me.
This is a first weapon. Yeesh.
I had this one in one of the ones that me and Thoriel ran, and then we immediately found Fat Beam and never touched this thing again.
I mean, I'll still take this over Heat Seeker.
Why
does hits things?
I don't get why nobody likes Heat Seeker. I love the weapon.
Because it misses everything.
Learn to aim it better.
Wow. Now we're just hurting feelings.
No, seriously, I actually use Heat Seekers, like, bending and stuff to my advantage quite a lot.
Yeah, I've never perfected that weapon.
I wouldn't say I've perfected it, but I enjoy it. It's also, like, it makes Yellow Hallway completely free. Because it just trashes everything in that hallway.
See that, yeah.
Because a nice thing about that gun is it has a huge stun rate. So anything that can get stutter from being hit just crawls to us. Is this the scene me and Thoriel played the other day?
Hey, like, wait a minute.
And I think we just did complete random in-game, so...
It's funny.
But this goes back to what I was saying about how the randomizer just really likes giving you Fat Beam. Yeah, no, this is 3 for 3, the seed we played the other day.
Randomly searched it too. Interesting. Sigh.
Not liking things?
I mean, I've already made one choice and I'm not happy about it.
I made a different choice, and if it goes wrong, I'm blaming you.
Fair. I can
the,
accept that.
That's what the tooltip says.
Well, I wonder if you're fighting Zeter then.
Definite maybe.
Well, I'll tell you, I am definitely yes fighting Zeter right now. Because I know what item Zeter has, because I went underneath and checked.
I forgot you could do that.
Since you're already fighting Zeter, I have no problem telling you that, because you're going to know what the item is in a second anyway.
I am not fighting Zeter, actually.
Oh, you better go do it then.
But, I mean, now I'm pulling an arc and going back for it eventually.
Yeah.
I'm actually a little bit glad I pushed forward, but... I was just gonna go, and if you hadn't said anything, I was just gonna go when it turned out to be something there later. I was just like, motherfucking arc. Fucking Falc, not arc. So, like, this is entirely your fault.
Oh. I apologize for spoiling it a little bit for you, but you're probably going to want to go back for that. I'm assuming. Is the game beatable without it? Yeah.
Enhanced launch?
Kinda. Kinda. Depending on how the seed rolls out, it's beatable.
Well, it could be enhanced launch, trench coat, grapple, lab coat.
None of those.
Or I'm just gonna get juked from getting over here.
I'm gonna tell you, it's an item that helps. It really is. As I die like a fool.
And I get over here and there's gonna be a health node fragment.
I wouldn't do you dirty like that.
Arc would. Oh, okay.
Yep.
82. Yeah, that's one worth going back.
Yeah.
It's fine. I can fix my mistake of having not checked the upper left corner while I'm here.
Oh, you really went like.
I didn't even think about upper left because I went from drill and then just saved quit and then went right side hallway or I went straight to Zeter because I was on my way back up to check what was underneath him. And then immediately just hard bit. And then I sat here, I was like, I'm going to Falc strat this one. I'm going to do this and it's going to work out for me. And then I got down to Absu and I was like, oh god damn it, I forgot the upper left.
Well, I died, so we're basically gonna be about even anyway, so that's okay.
The good news on my part is I have a save point in Absu.
I do now too.
So I can at least get back there fairly quick. After I find out whatever this is. Yeah. That one I'm not mad about having skipped. Speaking of Absu, one of the runs we did just a little earlier today had red coat up in the third slot in upper Absu.
Ooh. Like in the attic?
Yeah, in the attic. Third slot of the attic had red coat.
That
And
sounds tragic.
We had to go all the way to Kerr to get grapple to be able to pick that up.
My goodness.
I have no idea where Trenchcoat was. And then we needed that more or less to get to Drone, and Drone was in the cubby hole in the beginning of Z.
Oh, okay.
It was just hiding in there, and we didn't have a code at the time we went through there.
That's
That's
terrible.
like it was awful. Arc was done in like 40-ish minutes, and I finished. Yeah, I finished it out in like just under an hour. And I was like, this was just terrible placement of things, and I hate it. Oh. I can definitely say that's a place I've never seen Drone before. So the question now is, how terrible do I want my life choices to be?
Just terrible enough so I can win.
It's terrible enough for you to win.
Please. Like, I don't want you to get hurt or anything, but...
So mildly terrible then.
I can live with that.
I love pulling sweet, very precise moves. It's like catching things that are basically on a timer just on like the last seconds. It's just a great feeling.
Yeah, there's a lot of satisfaction in this game with things like that.
So just a quick check-in. How you feeling about this run so far?
I like it, actually.
It's not the worst thing I've ever played.
I'm okay with my weapons. I'm okay with my items thus far. You know, there's obviously a ways to go yet, but... As I say, I like my weapon selection. I find a really horrible weapon.
I've seen like 4 not great weapons, at least. So this is one of those times that I hope that I don't make terrible life choices right now.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, we're getting to that point where it's decision-making time.
It is, isn't it?
Yep. Still haven't made up my mind which way I'm going yet, but it's there.
I mean, I think I'm gonna... I don't know. It's like, because I know what happened to me last run.
I was just gonna say, the doubt of
And-
last run always creeps in. Always.
It always does, yeah, sure, but... Would the game really do that to me twice in a row? Yes, but that's not the point.
I mean, it absolutely could do it twice in a row.
Hey, worst gun in the game. In my opinion.
Which one's that?
Quantum.
I'll agree with that. Good.
I'd take Reverse Slice over Quantum.
100%.
At least with Reverse Slicer, I know where it's going. I love learning to deal with enemies by not dealing with them. Like, that's probably one of my favorite strats for this game, for, like, a whole variety of rooms. It's like, oh, this enemy will just charge right at me? Okay, off a cliff you go.
I love the freedom that the red code gives you when you get like that. You just roll tank through everything.
Yeah. I don't feel like dealing with you right now. Well, that's something at least. I don't feel like I was hitting just a bunch of dead ends now.
Yeah, I kind of also feel like things slowed down a little bit.
I love making it up a room just to get bonked by a single bullet and fall the entire room.
I love when I'm trying to do certain clips and I just keep getting bounced back by everything in my way. Like all my like I'm buffering like dashes and just not timing anything out right anymore and getting hit by every single thing I'm trying to avoid.
Yeah, I do that sometimes too.
Wonderful life.
Gets me a lot is accidental buffers. Like, oh, I didn't mean to buffer 3 super fast red coat dashes right now, and now I've gone back and forth across this room 3 times. Just accidentally find faster ways to get through rooms.
I love it. Deep in thought mode about where to go now.
Yeah, I know that feeling. think I have a good idea of where I'm gonna go, though.
Yeah, I'm on like a route here, but I don't know if it's a good one or not. I mean, obviously it all depends on the payoff. It could be game winning or game losing, really.
Right. I mean, yeah, well, every choice you make is like that.
Well, the problem is, like, I'm going, like, on a deep route that, like, if it works out, great, but if not, it's gonna lose minutes. Like, sometimes there's just those, like, one-off checks that only take a couple seconds. It's not so bad if it's not there, but I'm on this path that I didn't fully intend to go on, but I'm here, so...
Here, so screw it.
See what happens.
Did your path pay off yet?
No, not at all.
That sucks.
I take it you have?
Maybe. Mine's still yet to be determined. My path paid off.
Did it? Nice. Obviously mine did not at all.
Out of curiosity, did you find grapple?
I have not, no. My whole path found literally nothing of value.
That sucks.
Yeah, it was really bad. I mean, granted, I've only wanted one item for like 15 minutes now. It's just... So, pretty much everything's not going to pay off, but...
Where did you go through?
I went all the way...
I'm in Disco Tower, by the way.
Nice.
So,
I went all the way through, Ukana, did all that, and I started doing some Eden stuff. I didn't get anywhere. The early stages of Eden, then I abandoned it and went back to start and did all the Erebus stuff. And didn't get very far.
Alright, so here's the part where my life choices need to pay off for a second time, so... I'm not entirely out of the woods just yet.
I have all the confidence you're going to be just fine.
I don't.
Well, hey, there's grapple.
Wish I had found that. That should be it.
Nice.
Yep, that's game.
GG. Well done.
And time. What is that 44, 47, maybe? $44, $46, $24.
Very nice.
I'm not gonna lie, I actually had to chicken out of fighting Thanos for a minute. Fighting him with Fat Beam and only like 3 health and 4 power is not easy.
Wow. My
So-
stats are like blowing yours out of the water. That's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
I just can't find teleport.
I chickened out and was like, okay, I'll go check on like a couple of spots, see if I can find a little bit more nodes, and ended up finding Flamethrower. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I got this now. Where was Grapple at?
Upper cur-
Of course it was at... Wait, it...
Like, where, like, in the room next to where you get the drone in vanilla.
The room next to where you get drone in vanilla.
On that ledge in the open.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ah, screw me.
I mean, I like you and all, but no, I'm good.
I went into Drone's room and went from there over to Grapple. I forgot to check that spot.
Oh, dang.
Oh, that's so upsetting. You're still just hunting out the teleport, huh?
That's it.
You want a hint?
Sure.
It's in Kerr.
I had a feeling I'm heading back there now. Because I am a dum-dum, and I got grapple, and I'm like, I'm gonna go check some other spots. And then, like, in my head I was like, wait a minute, Seraphin didn't get grapple, you numbskull.
You did the same thing I did earlier in the last run.
Yep.
So I got grappled, like, hey, let's go do some stuff, and then it's like completely forgot the thing of where teleport's at.
And I'm like, oh, there's 3 checks that I could do in Kerr right now that I was right next to. You numbskull.
Oh, ain't that a bitch?
I mean, I still would have lost anyway, so it's fine. If it would have cost me the race, then I'd be a little more annoyed with myself, but I only found it, what, 7 minutes ago? So.
Yeah, when I found teleport, I was like, I don't like going to fight Sentinel with only 500 health, but if I don't press this advantage, there's a good chance that Falco beat me if he finds... if you go through the same area that I did.
Yeah, it's funny. I'm at 5 health and 7 power right now.
Yeah, you definitely got a bit more around than I did. But I didn't check anything in Ukanon, I didn't check anything in Eden.
Yeah, I did a lot of... Not all of Eden, but I did a lot of Eden checking, and there was a couple full nodes in there.
And that was why I was saying I didn't know if my pathing was actually going to pay out, because I still had to fight Sentinel. But I got Sentinel down, I was like, okay, I should probably be in the clear for the rest of this up to a Thedos. And worst comes worst, if I need to bail out of there, I've got the save point right next to him. So, fortunately, I one-tried Sentinel.
There you go.
So I got that going for me at least, and then, yeah, at that point I was hitting Disco Tower, and I was like, where are you at? you got to be getting somewhere.
Like I said, I go to Eden, which I never do. I try not to go to Eden if at all possible, just because it doesn't pay off nearly often enough. But like, for some reason, I found myself climbing Uku Tower.
No.
Which is a terrible idea. Like that's a play no one should ever make unless it's like desperation at the end.
So like the thing that generally provokes me into going to Eden is if I have address bombs, trench coat, and teleport. Because I find that more often than not, if you've got those 3 things, Redcoat's hiding in Eden, and it's usually hiding in one of the teleport spots.
Interesting.
I mean, that's just an observation of, a few dozen seeds as compared to the few million there are. But yeah, like, more than once, just that first room in Uku Tower where you gotta have teleport to get to that upper item. I've seen Redcoat there, like, 4 or 5 times at least.
Real?
Yeah, like, that's... So when I've got Enhanced Launch... When I've got basically everything but Redcoat, that's usually where I'm putting my money on it being. It's just because that seems to be the place where it likes to hide. It's not always the case, of course, but it definitely seems to be one that I think it leans towards.
Oh. Rocket League partners messaging me all of a sudden.
Any luck?
No. Oh, I know where to go. Never mind. God damn it. I hate this game.
Sometimes, right?
I hate this game. That's a really bad spot to have to go to, too. I just was like thinking in my head, like, there's no spots I haven't been. Oh wait, yes there is.
It's not as bad as you think.
Still don't like it.
It's still bad, but it's not as bad as you think.
Not with these, not with like the layout we have. It's not bad at all, but still not what I'm looking to do. Yep, there it is. That's a shame.
And so that's you heading off to the end of the game. So,
yep.
I think from there we're going to go ahead and call this stream to a close. and I think I'm going to get a few things together here and prep for handing my ass handed to me for some more Symphony of the Night Chaos mode again. Because I have a run that I need to finish, and I think I'm going to tinker with a few more prices and on some of the abilities and stuff, so that way things aren't completely as detrimental and I can maybe finish the run.
Sounds lovely.
Yeah. So, Fel, thanks for joining me for a couple of races. It's been fun.
Thanks, buddy. GG's as always.
It's 1-1, so we're going to have to play a tiebreaker at some point.
Absolutely. You just say when.
I mean, what are you doing for the daily tomorrow? Wait.
I'm actually off from work tomorrow, so I'm down.
I might not be home for... Yeah, we'll do it tomorrow.
Just let me know whenever you're ready. We can do it whenever you get home.
Yeah, we'll do tiebreaker tomorrow. Alright,
Sounds good.
So you guys got it. Me and Falk are going to have tiebreaker tomorrow to see who pans out on top on that one. And... loser has to race Arc.
Oh, darn it.
Alright, so we are off. Have a good one, everybody.